curious as to where it might be streaming, it's on Netflix right now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Everybody seems to have a Netflix account, or they, share somebody's password, what have you. So check it out. Readily accessible right now. Blade Runner, masterpiece. Check it out.
I gotta ask this question.
Okay.
Alien or Blade Runner? What's the better movie?
Oh.
No wrong answer. If you have an opinion, throw it out. I'd like to hear.
And this is going to be cliche coming from me, but I'd probably say Alien just because it has to do with... It has that, the original has that claustrophobic feel where you're trapped on this ship and you literally have no hope, even as the tagline says, like, no one can hear you scream in space or whatever. It's the perfect blend of sci-fi and horror. So I think if I'm talking like my specific taste, I would say I would probably lean towards Alien personally. But that's not to say that it's a better film than Blade Runner, just my preference.
I think they stack up very well. I've said earlier on the show, it's a great double bill. No wrong answer. Personally, I'd probably have to go with Blade Runner just because of what it means to me.
Yep.
But, I mean, that by no means is a knock against Alien, which I love. I think it's an amazing film. I think, like you said, it's a perfect blend of sci-fi and horror. It's got an incredible performance from not only Sigourney Weaver, but as we've shouted out before, Yaphet Kotto.
Yes.
Is great in it, as is Tom Skerritt. It's just, it's tough, but I'd always lean towards Blade Runner just because of what it means to me.
Speaking of, like, since you say because of what it means to you, maybe that's why I'm leaning towards Alien, because I was introduced to the Alien franchise by my grandfather, because, as I said on the show a lot, just like your dad, he was a big sci-fi guy. So
yeah. I got introduced to Blade Runner by my dad, so I definitely can see that. Love Alien. We'll watch Alien 100 times in a row any day of the week. And that's another movie I've seen on the big screen and was awesome on the big screen.
Should we just keep our lips sealed for what we're talking about in the next installment of Summer of Sci-Fi?
I can preview it at least.
Okay.
Where Summer of Sci-Fi continues, we're going to be talking about a summer action sci-fi blockbuster from a wildly successful director. I think this director's best movie. We had this discussion on the last show. We'll probably get into it again. But big sci-fi summer blockbuster, that's what we will be talking about in July. So stay tuned. Summer of Sci-Fi continues.
That's right. Summer of Sci-Fi. I'm going to have to make some really cool promos for that, man. I can't be sleeping on that. It's too good. All right. So if you're stumbling upon this podcast, we operate out of San Diego, California, and we're available on all major podcast platforms, including Spreaker, Stitcher, Sods, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Luminary, a plethora of platforms. Click that button, give us the support, 5-star reviews, kind words. They're always appreciated. They help us keep this going. We've been doing this for officially over 5 years now.
I know, it's crazy.
I believe I checked, and our first ever episode, which was the original Scream, was April of 2017. So
that Ridley Scott episode that you guys did wasn't too far after that. Yeah,
it was maybe like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
We have 2 social platforms. The first is Instagram. Our handle is @dropthemic_podcast. You can follow us, DM us. If you want to be on the show as a guest, we can patch you in. Or if you want to recommend a movie that you want to hear us review, we're more than happy to oblige that. As well as we have a brand new Twitter. The handle for that is @dropthemicpod. So check us out on Twitter. Super active on there, just reposting and, talking about all the episodes that we do and different content and everything. So yeah, reach out to us on the social platforms if that's your thing. And thank you, as usual, thank you for listening and for everybody's support. And thank you, Chris, for making time for us every month. We appreciate you.
I appreciate you letting me be on once a month to talk about movies that I love, whether they're big or small.
All right, man. So with that, I guess we'll say this is Chris Pawlak and Wesley Swanson signing off, saying good fight and good night.
What about EMS recombination?
We've already tried it. Ethyl methane sulfonate is an alkylating agent and a potent mutagen. It created a virus so lethal the subject was dead before he left the table.
Then a repressor protein that blocks the operating cells.
Wouldn't obstruct replication, but it does give rise to an error in replication so that the newly formed DNA strand carries a mutation and you've got a virus again. But all of this is academic. You were made as well as we could make you.
But not to last.
The light that burns twice as bright burns half as long. And you have burned so very, very brightly, Roy. Look at you. You're the prodigal son. You're quite a prize.